After sinking my teeth into Marathon Server Slam, I'm going to start with this list of things that stood out to me, then try to give a conclusion and personal opinion on this afterwards. The PvE aspect is far more entertaining than PvP. With the large numbers and different units of various combat styles and health, the PvE side feels decently fleshed out. I really like the feeling of an uphill battle they can give, forcing you to use everything in your arsenal to survive. The only part that feels a little weak would be the staggering mechanic, as this stagger is tied directly to the enemy being on critically low health, or using specific weapons that consume the ammunition that also says it has a chance to cause an additional stagger. Having few ways to interact with the enemy like this is the only part that feels weak. The knife feels great to use. To be honest, I was surprised by how good the knife felt to use in the game. Even if the basic combo only takes down the weakest PvE minions fast, trying to combo it in with the staggers on stronger foes to save ammo in combat actually feels like something that can pay off later. The next part I like is the pseudo stealth play you get when you're sneaking through a building, weaving through, knifing an enemy, and ducking out. Gear changes how you fight in PvE, but not so much in PvP. From smoke bombs to grenades, then shotguns, sidearms, and auto rifles, changing how and where you stand your ground, or to push in, the gear you have has a respectable impact on how you engage with the PvE faction, but not so much on the player-to-player battles. PvP is too fast to enjoy. Player durability should honestly be studied in how ridiculously weak we are to each other. Even with durability buffs, I gun down players faster than they can react. Of course, the same has happened to me. But even when I was the one standing, I was left wondering, what were they even supposed to do? We get shredded so fast that it feels like we can barely use anything before someone dies to the fourth bullet. There is no time to enjoy the fight. The story sounds great, yet wasted on the multiplayer mode. Simply, the setup of mystery in the story, giving a Roanoke in space-like feel, while some could say is simple, I liked it, and would love to dive headfirst into whatever story would have been concocted if I could. But what small parts of lore you can earn via contracts, small missions on the side, can also be hindered by other players in the round. The rest of the story will sadly be drip-fed through seasonal updates in the extraction mode as its main and only game mode. No campaign to ride this story might just be the worst part in all of this. Impermanence of progress. As the extraction genre goes, one failure can set your gear progress back, with the amount in question being dependent on what you brought. But it also feels like the gear you collect doesn't progress you towards anything, as you'll just be going round and round on the same maps again and again. Starting feels better than continuing. Starting with the worst gear makes the game experience so much better, as everything you come across becomes important, with every lootable container being a chance for something better. Continuing leads more often to dull rounds, since most loot is already worthless. Many times already have I completely ignored a vast amount of the loot and locations in general when I'm continuing with a loadout I scored from a previous round, because the average loot is now irrelevant. When I do this, I'm normally beelining to the coordinate data pads or the reinforcement chests without much else in between. This makes the game feel so much smaller when this happens. Inconsistency. Some rounds are dull, while others are fun. I have had rounds that are practically over before I even did anything. The locations I went to already empty of any enemy, and while some loot may be there, all of the action is done for the entire round. The PvE enemies are already down, and most of the players already dead or exfiltrated. These rounds are the worst, because it turns the game into an empty, boring, walking simulator with looting on the side. I like wasting my time on games, but I don't like a game wasting my time. The extraction mode is the main and only mode. I don't know how this got the green light, but this simply shouldn't have been the flagship mode of the game. A great opening to the story, decent enough gameplay, and the extraction mode is all this has got? Now for my takeaway from this. I was hoping that there would be enough done right in this game to justify its existence. But even though I do not play it anymore, Marathon was not worth all the suffering Destiny 2 has endured. All the resources and devs pulled away just to make this is so disheartening. Play this if you want, but something tells me this game is going to have a very small player base. With the information and my opinion out of the way, this will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching.